Hello and welcome to GBS TV Africa. This is Africa Doing Business with me, Hilary Kabila. As a business owner, have you ever thought of taking a business online? Or what are your plans from now? This is a subject that the government have been investing in mostly as it rolls out the last mile connectivity, both for electricity and internet. And to discuss this matter more today, we have Robert Manyala from Research Limited. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, maybe if you can just give us an introduction about yourself.
Great. I'm Robert Manyala. I work with a company called Research Limited based in Nairobi, Kisii, and Mombasa. Research has been there for over now 9 years. And what we do mostly is to make people tech fit. So we create software solutions like, for example, ERP system, the point of sale system for just managing stocks. We do bulk SMS. We do biometric system for time attendance for employees. We do rent collection softwares for people who are property management system. And also we do website design as well as online marketing. So as Research Limited, me being one of the people in Research Limited and I'm developer as well as the director, it is a great pleasure to even serve people over many years, and Research has won several awards because of this. We have helped many companies today which were about to close and to revive them because they accepted technology. They were willing to do things in the best way possible. As Research Limited, we are happy that we are one of the leading company in Kenya and also going Africa way to just ensure that we offer latest technology. We have come up with so many innovation latest. We have what is called digital suggestion box. This is a way in which people can get feedback real time instead of having the manual way.
Wow. Thank you. Now, as a developer, we have seen your stint as a developer. We even saw that you developed NEMIS, which was a game changer in education. Maybe can you tell us a brief history about you as a developer, maybe?
So my development procedure or skills began in many years ago. Yeah. That is around 2011. Wow. That's when I began doing the software development in various places in JKUAT and outside. Wow. So I've been doing development, and I was pleased and honored to come up with various innovations in Kenya, including the one for biometric lands in Kenya. Yeah. And many others. So my aim has been to create solutions every now and again, looking at the problem and solving the problem. That's my main aim, and that's now what Research stands for. We ensure that at least all the business owner or many business owners, they are able to get a return on investment. Sometimes it pains us when we realize you go to a place where somebody has invested massively, but you realize at the end of the day, they're not able to make profit simply because they are doing things manually. People steal from them, but they cannot be able to know. They're not able to track everything. And remember, everybody's looking for money. It depends where they're looking for the money. So if you don't change, you realize change changes you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Wow, that's nice. So maybe the government lately has been investing so much in last mile connectivity, which aims to help small businesses and also the established businesses to embrace the digital economy. Maybe can you, from where you stand as Research Limited, can you give us a brief overview of how digitizing SMEs looks like in Kenya? How is the rate?
So I can say currently the rate is not that big. It's around 60%, 60 or 50 thereabout, simply because there's something called fear. Some people fear what will happen, and actually I always advise people 90% of your fear don't happen. So somebody will fear that what about if computer goes off? What about if there's no internet? But to realize what they are losing for people who have not decided to move the other side is too much more than the fear. But for people who have decided to take courage and start doing things online, for example, you realize if any case you are in a hotel, you are running things manually, somebody can easily add some figures that will maybe make custom to run away. Assume today you sell soda at 50 bob. The following day, the same customer comes on board and is being given a manual receipt that soda is 80 bob. Yes, he might pay atalalamika, but then the day he will decide to go away. That's how you have lost the customer, because you have not embraced technology. Another way, and something else that has really helped people, people have now what is called ability to check whatever is happening from wherever they are. So when you have like a point of sale like the one we are doing, or an ERP system, you can be able to track performance numbers of employees. How much have you been able to bring on board? If you're a salesperson, you're a technical person, whichever scenario you are in, or whichever stage you are in. So it is much easier. So things that can happen better are they can make decisions faster and decisions which are based on data. Two, people are able to do things which are accurate most of the time, because if you have technology, if it is 10,000, it is 10,000, nothing else. You'll not be pushing around the bush. Then another thing is that if you have technology, you can be more efficient. For example, without technology, you can serve 10 people, but with technology, you can serve 50 people. That means big profits is coming on board. Then again, also what we call reliability. Sometimes human beings sometimes get tired, get bored. Even adding 1 + 1 can come to 11 or can come to 2, depending on who is doing the same. But computer always it will be 1. So things like that has make work easier for people who have adopted technology. We have seen a scenario where we went and did a point of sale for a business that were really struggling, making 10,000, but after 1 year, 50,000, 100,000, simply because they are able to know the loopholes available. They say a business can make as much as possible depending on how less loopholes they have. You can be making 10 bob, but the loophole can be taking 9 bob away from you. So the technology is coming to reduce that loophole as much as possible. If you look at the giants in Kenya and in the world, there are people who have won technology. We want to use maybe people like KCB, Safaricom, or any other. You realize today people can be able to do banking wherever they are. The money has doubled because I don't have to go to the bank to get the money. If it is scratch card, I don't have to go to the shop to go and buy scratch card. I can buy it from wherever I am. So people who have accepted to use technology, I'm telling you, most of them, they get money even if they're sleeping. Robbie Search is an example, because we have what is called an SEO. Search engine optimization. Actually, we recommend anybody who's in business to have a website which is SEO friendly, search engine friendly. Today, you realize that every day we get many people who are searching for us online. Maybe you're looking for bulk SMS in Kenya, you're looking for eTeams integration in Kenya. So ours come on top. So when they come on top, most probably this person will call you. Have you ever asked yourself why you go to a hotel, one hotel has several customers, while the other are really like struggling? Even the employee are being told to go back home, there's no job. Simply because this others has taken technology, has adopted technology, therefore you realize they are able to get more income. So I can summarize by saying that people who have taken technology in Kenya, actually they have grown a lot. And they even have more people to just help them deliver what they have. But the people who have refused to even take technology, for example, you have a nice product, but don't want to embrace online marketing. It is like saying that, yes, I'm ready, but I don't want custom, because it's like having money and walking everywhere. Nobody will know you have the money. Or you have a good product. They say stopping to do advertisement is like stopping and watch, hoping that you are going to save time. But as soon as you return the battery, the time has gone. People have made profit. It is only you who has remained.
Yeah, sure. So that brings me to this question. Sometimes back, the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics estimated that we have around 7.5 million SMEs in Kenya. And we have studies showing that around 70% of SMEs fail within the first 5 years of operation. Do you think that digitizing the operations or embracing the digital economy can help aid this situation?
Robbie Search Limited is having a living example where many people could have gone down. But because they adopted technology, they are able to remain. It is indeed true and exact that 90% of business die within 3 years of age. Simply because of few reasons. One, they are not aware where they are losing money on. They are not aware what is working and what is not working. Most of them are not able to make firm decisions because they lack relevant data. So they make decisions based on feeling. Then three, the next one, you realize by the time you realize it is now too late, it's unbearable. Now, that's why we encourage people use technology so that from the first day you are setting business, and I want to give you a real example. Sometimes we put system in hotels. You realize somebody has invested massively, over 1 million, but they fear putting the system. Maybe system is 50,000, 100,000, 1 million, regardless of whichever money they are going to buy the system. Now, you realize how much they are losing per day. is more than the money that they could have invested on the system. Assume maybe you have waiters. Each waiter is going home with 1,000 every day, and you have 10 of them. You'll be losing 10,000 per day because you don't know. After 1 month, you'll be losing nearly 10 times 30, most probably around 300,000 or 200,000. This is how many people lose money during the beginning of the years. So if in any case you could be having technology, you could have reduced that loss worth 300,000, which is maybe your part of your investment or part of your profit to maybe around 50,000. So sometimes it reduces 100% completely, or it reduces to around 90%. So you realize the technology company or people who have started the business, but they have put technology, even the growth rate is faster. There are companies that began 3 years ago. Today, the millions they make, the billions they make is too high compared to people who began 20 years. And I want to give you an example using how technology has really evolved. And they say, if in any case you don't evolve like technology, then it means people who are evolving will run over you. And example, remember the old days, we had a big computers. Today, we have a very small gadgets, and you can do everything, whatever you want. We used to have flash disks, portable. We used to have DVD. Today, that is not there. We have flash disk. And today, if you look at the olden days, you had to walk to a given place to go and download something, maybe on a cyber. Today, you can do it on your mobile phone. Before, you had to walk with brochures from one place to the other to tell people that, yes, we have a new hotel opening. Yes, we have the website. But today, you can go to your WhatsApp, post on your status that, guys, you're looking for an elegant website. Guys, you have a challenge, you don't have CCTV, we can give it to you. So people who have adopted this has really helped Kenya, has really helped economy, because one way to also increase economy in Kenya is to ensure that we automate the process. If you automate process, it means more money is coming on board. The employers are able to get money. They are able to produce more, and they're able to employ people. And that is, if you compare people who use technology, they can serve a very big region. But if you're using manual, you cannot serve much.
Sure. So when people have this conversation about digitizing businesses, there's one concept that most of us, we don't speak about: the cost of digitizing these businesses. Maybe there's a research done by SIPE, I think last year, and it highlighted that we have very many constraints that hinder small businesses from digitizing their operations. And they highlighted 3 key areas whereby we had the skills gap, digital skills gap. The second one was the cost of digitizing businesses. And we had the second one, which was cyber threats or cyber security. Maybe when we are moving towards this direction, how can we approach this factor of the digital skills gap?
Indeed, Research last year introduced something to actually try to bridge the gap. We introduced what we call Free Friday marketing. This is because we are known and we are doing big marketing in terms of we make people trend on Twitter for good reason. So we have dedicated for free with our money that every last Friday of the month, we make you trend on Twitter. That means maybe from whichever place you come from, we accept your product, we post it, you put your phone number, people calls you. That's one thing that you have done to help people. If somebody realizes, wow, just by posting I've gotten 20 customers, then now they can use that money to now invest anywhere else, or now they can pay for online advertisement and get more money. That is one thing we have done. But again, it is because a lack of awareness. Some people believe that the cost of doing digitization must be very high. We always tell people that you can start small. You can start small. You can start by even posting whatever you're offering on Facebook. You can start even having CCTV in your home. Because if in any case you're losing 10,000 per week, for example, after 1 month, maybe 40,000, and CCTV is less than that amount, you can start by putting that. At least you reduce something. Once now you have more money, you can now say, I am going to go for website. I can create a website that I can be able to post everything that I have, that I can even share that link on my WhatsApp status, and somebody can see everything. So through your website, you can get more people buying. That is something else. So from the money you get, you can now say, I'm going for an ERP system now. I don't want to do things manually. I don't want to do invoice manually. I'm going for an ERP system or a point of sale system where I can see all the invoices. Who is owing me how much? The debtors, account payable, account receivable. How much have I made? What is my stock? What is coming and what's outgoing? The bank reconciliation and things like that. So that's what we recommend. You can start from somewhere. However, we have also introduced another modes of adopting technology for people who are low. And I want to give you an example. this is what we do. We can tell a client, like, for example, I've come to you and you need a website.
Yeah.
I will ask you, how many people are searching for what you are offering on daily basis? Because we have a way on how you can check, for example, how many people are looking for hotels in Kenya.
Yeah.
You realize that maybe over 1,000 people were looking for hotels this week.
Yeah.
But 90% I'm left to you because they did not get to you.
Yeah.
So meaning you have lost.
Wow.
Most people look at business in terms of how much they are losing, how much they are gaining, but most people do not have a report of how much you are losing.
Yeah.
And we advise many SME that when doing business, look at how much are you losing. You need to also have that report. And you can lose by not responding to client faster, not able to deliver faster. So how much did you lose? Not being available when they're looking for you. So that loss, we are telling you, give us X amount from what you've been losing, not from what you're making.
Wow.
Yes, from what you've been losing, because we have what is called hidden cost.
Yeah.
Hidden cost is what you lose in terms of time, inaccuracy, not able to deliver, not able to be where you are required in that moment. Then that money that you have given us, we can use it to produce a system unto you, install a system unto you, then now reduce all that money you have been losing and convert them into gain, into profit. And that is what has helped many people. And also we also advise people, do not look at business in terms of how low it is. Sometimes cheap does not mean low. You might have somebody selling to you. I want to give you two examples. You can have two people. One person selling to you food at 50 bob, maybe in a kibanda. Another person is selling to you food at 500 bob. So which one is expensive? Is it the 50 bob or the 100 or the 500?
It depends.
It depends. Yeah, sometimes it can be 500 can be very cheap than 50 bob. Sometimes you have taken the 50 bob, you have gone to hospital for whichever reason, because maybe the food was not well prepared, and you have utilized over 10K. And I can also give you this example. This is another example we can always give. If you are using superhighway, the expressway that we have currently, that means you can move from Westland to Mlolongo, pay 500 bob, for example. But another person can decide to say, I don't want to pay 500 bob, so let me use normal jam. They will take like 5 over 1 hour. So you realize you have used more petrol worth 10,000 bila kujua. You have taken more time, you have not reached your place earlier. So this person has used 500 bob, but the other has used maybe 10,000 unknowingly. We call them hidden costs. So this is how people look at business. Sometimes people look at how much cash I'm removing now. But I advise business owners, look at also those hidden costs. They are too expensive. So when going to embrace technology, ask yourself, how much am I losing without technology? But if I get technology, how much am I going to gain?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's a very important point. Tracking hidden costs is something that most of us or most businesses don't look at directly. But you've talked about another concept of promoting content or businesses on social media, which brings me to this point. We have seen accounts being stolen live. Like we have seen some big learning institutions losing their accounts to, I don't know, hackers in Bangladesh, India or something. And also in businesses, something that is happening across the spectrum. So maybe in terms of digital, these crimes on the digital space, how can these businesses, once they digitize the operations, how can they shield themselves from these dangers?
Great. We have what is called, of course, every good thing must have maybe some cons and pros. So what we advise is that if any case today you are going to go digital, there are few things that you need to do. One of them is also to set your house in order. For example, if any case you are going to go online way, you're going to go social media way, you need to ensure that you take some necessary action to avoid any attempt. Of course, we call them, we can identify, prevent, so that at least it does not happen. 90% don't happen. There are people who have run business for many years, they have never been hacked. But of course, there are people who will try today and they will be hacked immediately. So it's just like a thief who will steal 20 years, but another one will try one day and something will happen. So we always try to advise that, number one, ensure that you change your password so frequently. Number two, we do advise that at least try to avoid clicking links which are not necessary or unknown link. Then there are people who they try to pick data in a different way. They pretend to be somebody else. So always try to check the source of your email most of the time. Then again, something else that also we always advise, don't use the same password most of the time. Maybe people use passwords like maybe your name, ID, yes. So try to always change as much as possible. Try to use the one that is not easy to hack. What I advise people, you can have a place where you store all your password and save them there, because you might forget. That one is one thing that has really helped people. Then again, do what is, we have some security measures, like for example, you can install firewalls. So firewall is some softwares that will prevent people from doing direct attack to your system. Then also you can do what is called a backup of your systems or the computers that you have. When you do a backup, it means in case something happened, you have a copy until latest date. For example, maybe yesterday or today. This has helped many people. You have seen sometimes we have been hacked in Kenya, but what people do is that you realize there was a backup. A backup will really help. Most people also have lost a lot because of lack of the same. And that's why we always encourage that work with expertise where possible, because there's power in experience. Once you have done something for many years, like now we have done for now 9 years, there are some challenges that we have met, that when I come to your computer, I must do them first. That when I come to install the system, I cannot come and just start formatting your computer. There are things that I must do. There must be a confirmation. Is everything okay? Have I done the backup before doing anything? So those are some of the things that have really helped us when dealing with clients' data. Then again, also there's something that people have done, and it has helped to avoid hacking. One is to ensure sometime you know where you are posting. There are some groups which sometimes are also not very good. So where you expose your information also matters a lot, as much as possible. But frequently do research so that you can be safe. I'm sure 90% of people are safe. Just the same way they say there are good things that happen, but when one thing happens, that is the one that people speak much about. Apart from being hacked every day, there are thousands of people who are enjoying their accounts and they're making millions of money. And even in Kenya currently, they say sometimes this no job. But realize Kenya are very creative. People are making millions of money with just content creation. And Robbie Such is blessed to be working with 90% of big influencers in Kenya, a lot to create from them job. But what we do is to ensure that at least we encourage them, we bring the business part of it, because also you can be making people laugh, but then the day when you go back at home, things might not laugh with you. So you need also a way on how you can bring technology part of it. So what we are doing to people like that, we now try to inform them that yes, you need a system that if in any case you have done some job unto me, you can have a place where you can generate your invoice. You can know how much you have made, whether you are in business or not, as much as possible.
Wow, that's awesome. So when you are investing in social media, or maybe you are in digitization of your processes in your business, that I believe is an investment, right?
Yes.
And as a business person, let's say I own business X, or an SME, I call it X, right? And I'm investing in digitizing my operations. How can I calculate my return on investment?
There are 5 ways that we can calculate return on investment. One is you need to ask. Many years ago or many months ago, before I introduced technology, how much was I making, and currently how much am I making? That is one way to confirm or calculate the return on investment. Then number 2, there's something called customer satisfaction feedback. And that's why we have introduced what is called digital suggestion box. You can now send SMS to your customer and ask them, how are you, how are our services currently compared to the way it was? So there's something called, you can be able to see, are you having more of 5-star rating or less? Because if people used to come and line in your place because an employee amechoka kufanya calculation, but now with the system, within 2 minutes they're able to know how much it is, how much is changed. So if they can be served faster, then you know you have made more profit. Then the next one is also how to know you have made much money is knowing that have you increased in terms of number of customers. Maybe you're having 5 customers per day, maybe you're serving 5 per day, but how many are you able to serve? Like for example, supermarket, if you have 5 counters, you realize that you'll be having less traffic. If you have 1 counter, you might have a bigger traffic. So the same way you can also do the system. Then again, the reach. When you use technology, you might reach more people. I just want to give an example. Today, Robisearch is privileged to have served many people, not only in Kenya, even outside, because of technology. I can log in remotely when you are in America, you are in Mombasa, Kisumu, Nigeria, whichever place, and log in and create a system from A to Z at the comfort of our zone. But if any case you don't have technology, you have to travel there. So there's something called reduction in expenses. Technology reduces expense by a bigger margin. If I was to travel to go to Mombasa, where our office is, for example, I'll have to use maybe specific amount or some amount. But with the technology, I can sit here, I tell you log into Zoom, let me train you on how to use the system, you are good, I'm done. So you realize the time is reduced and also the expenses is reduced. So when your expenses reduces, by default you know you have made some money on the same.
Which is very important in business. And then we have this, like I said earlier, we have the digital skills knowledge gap, right? Yes, I have digitized my operations. I have social media accounts, I have Facebook, I have YouTube, but I don't have time to manage these accounts. So we have this role that people like social media managers, they take up in such cases. And we have the ones that you find that an SME, someone says, I don't want to invest in a social media manager or accounts manager or something. Do you think, is it a wise decision to manage them on yourself or to hire an external or a third party to manage my socials or my operations?
So here it depends, and I will answer it in two ways. One, I'll ask this person, how fast do you need the money? Yes. So if you need, it's like, so if you know how fast you need the money, and how do you need less money, ama umechoka na pesa. So ideally, but because you might not have enough money, you can look for somebody who's very good, create for you account, and just maybe help you like only 1 week. Then from there you can do it by yourself, because it will take you lesser duration if any case somebody trains you than you learning by yourself for many months. And that's whatever we do for many people. We can say we just give you 1 week coaching or just few hours coaching. From there you are good to go on the same. And now whatever you could have learned after 1 year, you can learn them within 1 week and use that knowledge and make your money immediately. But again, if any case you are very busy and you're not able to do posting by yourself, there are tools available. We have automated tools. You can even do scheduling in the posting. You can like post everything for the whole week, but when that time reaches, automatically they appear on Facebook, on Twitter, or whichever place. So you can schedule them if you are busy. But the most importantly, if you have somebody dedicated, then that will be the best one. Simply because there's some time when things are trending, the tools might not know what is trending at that time. So when something is trending, you can have somebody engaging during that moment. This person can even ask questions, can engage people, but also it's also important that you have skills, because when you just go do posting, you might also not reach many people. That's why we have two types of people. Somebody will make a post and within 1 hour, 20 people have reached it, or let me say 1,000 people. But there's somebody who has done posting in the morning until now, but we have only 2 people. So there's some algorithm that currently are available in Facebook or other social media platform that has changed the way things work before. Have you ever asked yourself why you have 10,000 followers, but only 5 people have seen your post? So where are the people remaining? Are they sleeping, or they are not busy with you anymore? So they have changed on how things appear to you. So realize you have so many people, but it's not a must that if you have 10,000 people, all of them will see the post. So it used to be like that before, but now it has changed. It is business. So there are things that they look at, like how interesting is your post, how engaging is it. So this is a way they are able to identify. Then now share the same post to everybody that you have or to other people outside your network. So you realize now this thing is able to reach many people. Therefore, we always advise when also doing posting, there are some things that you need to put, like it must have humor as much as possible. It must be a creative post, yes, relatable as much as possible, and should be engaging. Or else you can be doing so many posts, but nobody's looking at them. Even Google also will be saying, no, we ngoja kidogo kwanza, tuko busy na wengine pale mbele. Cheza chini kidogo. Na utacheza chini forever. Yes, exactly. For anybody looking for Robisearch Limited and will want to reach out to us, please go to www.robisearch.com. www.robisearch.com. You can also get us on X at Robisearch ICT. We are available for you. If you just Google Robisearch, you'll get much detail about us. Please Google today, because there's something you're going to learn in our website. There's something that is going to change your life forever. Do not hesitate to Google Robisearch.com.
Thank you for keeping it GBS TV Africa. That has been a conversation with Mr. Manyala from Robbie Search Limited. We thank you, our viewers, for keeping it GBS till this time. And this has been Africa Doing Business with me, Hilary Kabila. Till next time, thank you.